All right. So welcome everybody. This is day one of our Eat on Purpose coaching series. And I am so honored to be with you this week. As you hop on, please say hello. Tell us where you're from in the chat. I'd love to know who's here and start to have the conversation in the chat. So this week is about practicing one simple technique to help you be more intentional with your food choices, to help you be more respectful with yourself when it comes to nourishing yourself, and more connected to the powerful wisdom that your own body holds. So my request is, if you get on, if you could mute yourself and introduce yourself. I know a lot of people are just joining all of a sudden. I tend to start right on the start time because I got so much to share with you in 4 half-hour slots. So this technique that we're going to jump into this week is 3 phrases. Each phrase is 2 words, right? They're super simple phrases, but they have so much power, so much power. Today, we're going to get into more of an experiential. Once I kind of give you the lay of the land, we're going to get into more of an experiential process. And tomorrow, we're going to get more into the, how does this work? Why does this work? Why is this so, so powerful? We'll be meeting here on Zoom, same link for the next 4 days. Each day we'll be exploring these phrases and practicing them, right? I'm all about like making this come to your table, making this alive. Okay, there's so much to unpack with each of these phrases. So before we dive into our first phrase, I want to just do a few housekeeping practicalities. One is, would you mute yourself, please? So just make sure that you're muted, partly because a lot of people have asked for the recording of this, and it makes it easier to hear if everybody is muted. The other is, I want to orient you. I'm sure everybody's familiar with Zoom nowadays, but there's a chat button. And that's where we're going to be having a lot of our conversation. And I really want to invite you to participate, okay? Contribute to the chat, stay in the conversation that we're having. All of us have so much information, right? One of my colleagues calls it a high fact diet, FACT. We're on a high fact diet. We have so much information. So what I'm most interested is your participation, because the information, more knowing, it's like, yeah. Like you guys could all of my clients, honestly, could write their own books on nutrition. The information is not what we're lacking. It's really integrating it and bringing it to the table and making it be our own. So I really invite you, like, come in, do the work, participate. So I'm here to support you in connecting to your body wisdom, to your body knowing. I want to help you trust your own body, right? Sure, I have, decades of experience and lots of research and all of that stuff, but all of that is not going to help. What's going to help is me helping you access your own body wisdom, your own knowing. So please participate in the conversation. And the other place to continue the conversation, if you're brewing about this afterwards, come on to our Nourished Woman Nation. Again, my request, please mute yourself if possible. I'm just wondering, I'm getting a weird buzz. So if you could just check that you're muted. Oh, I see. Hold on. I can mute this person, I think. There we go. Life is happy. Just somebody on the phone. Okay. So come on to the Nourished Woman Nation. That's somewhere we can also talk. And one last practical thing before we dive into this material today is I want to introduce myself. So some of you know me super well, some of you not so much. I'm Nina Manelson. I am a body peace coach. And I've been working with women for 30 years around their relationship with their food and their body. And I'm kind of like, when I'm talking to people and they have no clue like what a coach does or anything like that, I explain it this way. I say, I said, you know how like people go to counseling for their marriage? So it's between them and their partner. I'm like a marriage counselor, but for you and your body. It's about this relationship that's my realm of work. That's my expertise, is how do you get you two talking to each other so that it's a good relationship. So you're not fighting, so you're not abusing, you're not hating each other, right? So that you feel good in each other's company. You feel like you're taking care of each other, you and your body. And my deep passion comes not just from, being a therapist or a coach or a health coach or a body trust provider, all of those things. Juliet, thank you. I love that analogy. Yeah, I was like, one day, I think I was on a plane.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you. Juliet Capsa said, I love that analogy. So I just want to say, I was on a plane once and somebody was like, huh? A what kind of coach? So that's how I was trying to explain it to them. So that's how that analogy came up. So my passion doesn't just come from my professional work, which has been decades, but it comes from my relationship with my food and my body, right? It comes from that place of not feeling good in my own skin, right? There's a French saying, one of my favorite sayings, je me sens bien dans ma peau. I grew up in Montreal and I would hear that saying. It means I feel good in my own skin. And when I would hear people say that, I'd be like, yeah, not me. Like, I do not feel good in my own skin. I do not feel like I'm taking care of myself. I do not feel like I'm talking to myself nicely. That is not my experience. And so my work in the professional world and in my personal work has been to come to this place of feeling truly at home in my own skin. So, and I want to also say that people tend to say, oh, well, Nina, you're a body trust coach, you're a body peace coach, and put me on this pedestal. And now your relationship with food and body is perfect. It's not. It's real. This is life. We're in a pandemic. Like, my relationship with food changes. So I just don't want to be I say that right away to take myself off the pedestal. We are all in relationship with our bodies, and it takes it's a practice, right? It's a practice. It's not a fait accompli. It's not all da-da, I'm done and everything's perfect. That's not how it works. All right. So, the other thing I want to acknowledge before we head into our first practice is how right now in our global pandemic, it's kind of kicking our butt. And it's really making it challenging to be in relationship with our body and our food. We're dealing with a lot of stress. We're dealing with a change of normal life, lack of routines. We're dealing with uncertainty. We're dealing with a million feelings, right? Loss, fear, disappointment, anxiety, worry, boredom, overwhelm, right? It's a lot. And it's not like anything we've ever experienced before, and it's going to kick up our stuff. And for many of us, when our emotions are intense, right? When they're intensely activated, we reach for food. And that makes sense, right? I want to say that again. It makes sense because food is survival. Right? And as much as we might not want to be reaching for foods that we're reaching for, it's actually a fierce act of wanting to be alive. I want to survive this. I want to be alive. I want to be able to cope. Right? So as we walk into this realm of wanting to create a shift in our relationship with our food, which is what I imagine you're here for, it's really, really, really important to not make our unwanted eating habits the enemy. Let me say that again, because it's really important. We do not actually want to make our unwanted eating habits the enemy. It's something we're very good at. Oh my gosh, I binged. Oh my gosh, I ate too much. Oh my gosh, that's the villain. It's not. all those things are actually trying to help us survive. They're actually trying to help us survive very challenging times. It's really important. Your cravings, your nibbling, your unwanted eating habits are not the enemy. They do not need to be curbed or tamed or squashed. They actually need to be and want to be seen and understood for what they truly are. Right? They are a coping mechanism. They are trying to help you survive right now and probably your whole life. Right? If you're like me that had this like food issues forever, our unwanted eating behavior is a way of us saying, I want to survive. How do I cope? How do I manage this? Okay. And I know it doesn't always feel like, oh my gosh, my unwanted eating habits, great, let's talk, right? A lot of it often feels like the opposite of that. It makes us feel out of control and like we aren't taking the best care of ourselves. So really, we want to be able to choose. Right? We want to be in choice. We want to be able to eat on purpose. Right? Makes sense so far? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so all that being said, and I did it in 11 minutes. Very nice. I was like, okay, I want to get through all that stuff and jump into our experience. The technique we're going to work on is one that I developed with my clients, and I wanted them to have a very simple practice that could come to the table with them. And that's what I want to invite you to do this week as we work through three phrases, right? 3 phrases, 2 words each. I want you to put this technique into action and experiment. Get curious about how it impacts you. So there's 2 really important words I just said there. Experiment and practice. I didn't say perfection. I didn't say take off a to-do list. I didn't say track it. I said practice and experiment. Curiosity, right? Curiosity. Let's start when we get to know somebody. I'm curious about you. Who are you? Let's talk, right? Let's practice that engagement. Okay. The technique that we're going to practice is called the hello technique. It has 3 short phrases, and they all start with the word hello. Okay, so we're going to get to the other words a little later, but for the moment, I wanted you to try something out. This might feel a little awkward or a little weird. And before I say that, Juliet, thank you for commenting. And if you have comments or like thoughts as you go along, thank you, Juliet, for modeling this, is just say it and I will engage. It's a way, because we're a biggish group, it's a way for us all to have a conversation while I'm talking, right? So if there's thoughts or feelings or questions, ask them, use the chat. Juliet says, what you said made me think that all parts of us are welcome here. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's diametrically opposed to our common diet culture that says, oh, that part of you that has desire, that wants sweets, that wants treats, oh, that's not welcome here. All parts. We want to hear all parts, right? We end up in a fight with ourselves when parts of us are like, yeah, talk to the hand. I don't want to deal with you. Like, right? Then that part goes like, listen to me. Let me eat more to show you that I got something to say, right? So it's so powerful what you're saying. All parts of us are welcome. Absolutely. Okay, so here's what I want you to try out. Just get, again, practice, curiosity, a little playful. I'd like you to say the word hello out loud right now. You can leave yourself on mute. Just say hello. And I know it might feel a little awkward, but try it, right? You can say it to yourself. You can say it to your dog. You can say it just to space, just hello, and try different intonations like hello or hello, right? Just try out. I know it's awkward. I know it's weird. Just try it out, right? Put it in the chat, hello. And notice even when you put it in the chat, like, how do you say it, right? There's so many different ways we say hello, right? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. right? Okay. So try it on. And then what happens? What do you notice? What does the word evoke for you? What do you feel? What do you notice? What bubbles up? So put it in the chat. What does hello do? What's the function of hello? What's the feeling you have with hello? Right? And if you're looking for the chat button, it's at the bottom of your screen. Ah, Juliet says innocent, curious. Yes. Hello, right? Opens you up to more. Yeah. Oh, there's more. Great. Hello, I'm alive. Yes, I'm alive. I'm here. Hello, right? Absolutely. Or it says it's welcoming. That is very powerful, right? It's welcoming. Heike says, the way I say it makes me either happy or pissed off. Right. Absolutely. Happy or pissed off. Absolutely. Say more about that. It's interesting, right? It initiates something, Catherine. Yes, it initiates, it starts something going. This is great. Sally says it brings me present. Helene says the same thing. I'm here, right? Hello, I'm here. I am present. Elaine says, Andriana, hello, I am important. Oh, Andriana, those two things. I am alive and I am important. Just feel that, right? Engaging in a relationship with your body that you say, I am alive and I am important, right? And Sharon says it's honoring 100%. Andriana says, hello, I need to love myself. Yes, we start hearing what our body wants, something else in there. I want to love myself. Donna says, happy. Saying hello set the dog off too, right? The dog says, did someone say hello? Someone's engaging with me? Well, that's exciting, right? We're stimulated, we're alive, we're engaged. Fantastic. Karen says, sometimes loving, sometimes annoyed. Here you are again, right? Acknowledgement. It gets us engaged, right? Oh, hello. Oh, we're not getting along so well. Oh, we're getting along really well. Like it opens the door to conversation. Patrice says, I'm paying attention 100%, right? And Annette says, acknowledgement. This is all in one word. This is all in one word. So powerful, right? It says, I'm engaging with you. I'm making contact. I'm being deliberate in my conversation with you. And I'm starting with some decency, right? Hello. It's how we start a conversation based on decency and respect. We're not just walking up to dude. Hello. That's how you start a conversation, right? Sometimes I find them retraining younger generations. Pick up the phone and say hello, right? Don't just start talking. So this is how we were raised to start a decent conversation, right? I'm connecting with some etiquette that supports respect in this relationship. This is how we start a conversation. It's a conversation starter, right? So hello is about opening a conversation. It's about making space for a relationship. Okay? Honestly, if you take nothing else from anything I'm going to say in the next 4 days that we're together, it's this. You are having a relationship with your body. You are having a relationship with your body. It is the longest lasting relationship of your whole life. You are born into this body, you die in this body. This is a core relationship. It is worth your attention. It is worth you being engaged with, right? I invite you to be in this conversation. And the hello technique is about engaging in the conversation. Okay? So hello is about starting the conversation with decency, with respect. Now, I don't know exactly what tone you experimented with, but I'd like you to try this one on. I want you to try on like, not like a disdained, like, oh, hello kind of conversation starter, but a like, oh, hello, I want to get to know you, right? I want to engage with you. So even if you did it before, try it again. It's sort of that like, really like, oh, you're somebody I am interested in. And what comes up when you say it out loud. I know it's a weird thing, but say it out loud. It's really powerful, right? And again, I can tell you things till you're blue in the face, until I'm in the blue in the face. This is about you practicing. That's the point. That's why you're here. So try it on. What happens when you do it from that place of, I'm really curious? What else bubbles? I know some of it came up. If you want to post, like if it's similar, different, just post. Let me know. What's coming up? Mara, connection to gut knowing. Mara, can you say more about that? Juliet, delight. Oh, I love that, right? Delight. Oh, I'm glad to know you. How fun is this? We're having a juicy conversation, right? Or read, hello, I'm happy to see you, right? Sally says expectation. Absolutely. Karen, intrigue. I love that, right? Intrigue. What the heck is going to happen next? Bit of a mystery. Right? We don't know when we meet somebody new, or even somebody we've seen, every day. There's somebody I swim with all the time, and every day I'm like, hey, how you doing? Who knows what the heck she's going to say? I don't know how her day was, right? Mara says, I feel vibration in my gut, so it activates, right? There's an activation of the internal experience. Interest. Thank you, Karen. Donna, excited. Yes. This is so powerful, right? Madeline, more of a willingness to really listen. That's amazing. More of a willingness to really listen. Because isn't that the root cause of so many of our issues with our body? We want to go, la, 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 I can't hear you. Talk to the hand. I don't care what you want. Here's some more coffee, right? So to be in a place of, I really want to listen to what you want, right? I really want to hear it. I am very interested in what you have to say. You are important to me. I care about you. So powerful, right? Catherine says, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Acknowledgement, you are here. That statement, Catherine, is so powerful in a culture that wants to make women kind of invisible. You get to only be visible if you're young and in this particular size, right? Once we get to a certain age, man, you are invisible. And if you're not in a small body, well, then you're super invisible, right? Our culture, the patriarchy, the diet culture, misogyny wants to make us invisible. So to say, I see you, how healing is that? I see you. You are important. You are not invisible. Sharon, I care to know and care about you. Please write these things down. Like you guys are like deep wisdom here, really. This is where it's at. This is the relationship we want with our body. I care to know and care about you. It's beautiful, right? That's the core of it. I want to be in relationship with you. I want to connect with you. I want to nourish and tend to you and care for you, right? And maybe I Sorry, I haven't. I didn't know how, or diet culture got in the way, or the millions of diets I was told to be on. But this is what I want, right? Catherine says exactly, or even regardless of age. Yeah, totally. The invisible thing, right? 100%. All right. So juicy stuff. Oh, I'm like 125 already. Okay. So let's take it one step further. Okay. On your piece of paper, we're just going to start this. We'll continue tomorrow and we'll get into much deeper. On your piece of paper, I want you to write down hello food. Hello food. That's our first full phrase, right? Hello is just half of the phrase. Food is the first phrase. Hello food. And I know it sounds really basic, but we're going to explore why it's actually super powerful tomorrow. And I'd like, I'd like you to practice this. I'd like you to take it to the table today. Okay. Whether it's lunch, it's breakfast, I don't know what time zone you're in, dinner, snack, just hello food. Okay. And yeah, I know we have so much more, but I want to just leave you with that. And actually, before we wrap up, what even comes up when you just think hello food or write it down, hello food? What comes up? Because, yeah. Mara says it'll slow me down. It's a good thing. Yeah, definitely. Hello food, I need you to heal me. Interesting, right? What am I asking my food to do for me? Right? That's a very powerful phrase. What am I asking this food to do for me? Oh, Catherine says, we meet again. This is funny, brilliant, right? Sally, a beginning of a relationship, right? Or the anticipation to enjoying it. Andriana, the need, right? There's so much apprehension, right? It all comes up. All our stuff around food comes up. Hello food. Wow, there's a lot. There's also an opportunity. Wendy says, I know you my whole life, but do I really know you? Right? So powerful, right? Do I really know you? Or was everything I know about you given to me by, I don't know, I'm just speaking from my experience, Weight Watchers, Sears Diet, Atkins, Paleo, from somebody else? Was everything I ever learned about food from somebody else and not necessarily from my own body? Madeline, that food is a living entity and have a relationship with it. It is in motion. Yes. I want you to dive into that, right? Because when we say hello food, what's the story of my food? Where did it come from? Who made it? Right? Who grew it? Did I get it from my farmer and I know my farmer, or did I get it from the freezer section of the grocery store and I don't even know where it came from and it's been sitting there for 7 months? Right? What about my food? How do I engage with this? What's it saying to me? Where is it from? What does it look like? What's its pedigree? What's its story? What's my story with it? Oh my gosh, hello food. Ooh, chocolate cake, chocolate cake. Well, that was the birthday cake that I had every year. And this means that we're having a celebration. Like, what the heck happens? Right? Hello food puts you in relationship with what's on your plate, where it came from, what's the story, how does it impact you? So that's where I want to leave you today. Okay. I have one more question to ask you, but I want to leave you today with this practice. There is no right way to do this, right? This isn't like a diet, like you can fall off. This is just a practice. This is curiosity. This is experimentation. This is saying hello and starting to have a real relationship with your body. It's a practice of being purposeful, right? Intentional, engaged. Tomorrow, we're going to really work, we're going to dive further into this, and we're going to explore sort of a secret sauce to add to this that makes it even more powerful. And we're going to get into the science of why this is such a powerful practice. Like, I think you can feel it, but there is some science and research about why this is so helpful. Then on Wednesday, we get into our second phrase, and Thursday, we get into our third phrase. Yes, there will be recordings sent out. If you're not getting like regular emails from me, search your spam and promotions folders. I am sending out, you should have gotten one yesterday reminding, you should have gotten one today reminding, you'll get one with a recording later. You should be hearing from me. Okay, Sally, are we saying hello food or hello particular item? Oh, that's a good question. Hello food to start with. If you want to practice with, oh, hello, scrambled eggs, try that. See what works. See how it lands for you. See if it is more engaging, less engaging. Just practice. Get curious. Karen says, sometimes my food is screaming at me. You must eat me to be healthy, or eat me. This will comfort you, regardless if it will hurt you. Yeah. So when our food is absolutely hollering at us, right? Then it's like, well, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hang up. Hey, hold up. We're having a conversation, right? Being hollered at is not how I want to be treated. Let's work on this conversation. Let's come back to hello. Let's slow it down, right? There's so much noise in the space of food and body to really just quiet it down. And Karen, there's a much bigger aspect to this for sure. Poem I just put out last night in the newsletter. Hopefully some of you got it, about the cookies are calling. That, you know, that gets into that idea a little bit more around, oh, okay. Like, how do I change that conversation? How do I change the conversation that I'm having with my food? Juliet, the cookies. Yes, the cookies are calling. Okay. Annette, I agree with Karen. It calls to me. Yeah. So we want to start having this conversation. Just experiment. Okay. All of these pieces, there's much more, right? But I want to make it digestible. It's very tempting when we start something. Well, let me have all the information. I want to eat it all. We literally cannot digest that. We're practicing one simple phrase. No extreme makeovers here. They don't work, right? You've tried them. I have no doubt you've tried them. They do not work. And I will not do it. I used to get on and teach, and let me tell you everything I know. That doesn't work either. Practice one piece. Hello, hello food, and notice. Catherine says, are we kind of thinking this phrase with every meal, then before we meet next, and just let it digest within our mind, so to speak? Yeah, just bring it to dinner, bring it to lunch, bring it to snack. Hello food, and notice. Notice what bubbles up. Notice what shifts. Notice the conversation. Okay, and tomorrow, I promise, we'll get into why this is so powerful on many, many levels. All right, so one word as we wrap up. What is your aha from today? What are you taking away? What is your aha? What are you leaving with? I know we jumped into a lot of different issues. So what are you taking away with you? Juliet, being in relationship with my body. Yes. Honestly, again, if you take nothing away from the 4 days of us being together, if you take away, you are in a relationship with your body, and it is a relationship worth working on. That is enough. Other things people are taking away, new approach. Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I hear a lot of people say is like, I have always been in this war with my body. I didn't even know there was another possible way. There is another way. It's body peace. That is the way. That's the work that we're doing here, the beginning of it. Karen, acceptance. Yeah. Helene, not to beat myself up for poor food choices. Yeah, that's that abusive relationship. I ate it. I can't believe you ate it. Right? That doesn't make us feel good. It doesn't let us digest. We'll get into that. Andriana says, listen to my body. Yes. Listen. Listen, listen, listen. Hello, we listened. Hello, body, we listened, right? That's what we're practicing. Mara, pausing to say hello improves relationship. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Remember, we talked about that etiquette, starting the conversation. Wendy, I thought it was a dictatorship. Yes. Anyone else? Yes, this was a dictatorship. That's how we were taught. This is a dictatorship. I tell you what to do, and then you do it. That worked well, right? Works really well with kids, really well with partners in life. Dictatorships work really well in countries, and they work, oh, so well with our body too, right? Of course, like that. Well, we were taught that. Just tell your body what to do and it should conform. That doesn't work at all in no part of our lives, right? I love that. I love that. Thank you. Sharon says, hello, being in a relationship with my body and holding an appreciation for the food that is about to nourish my body. Beautiful. Sharon, write that down. Everything you write, I'm like, write that down. So wise, right? There's such a wisdom we have in our awareness when we sit and be with this. Madeline says, having a healthy relationship with my body and food equals important to body peace. Yes, 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 and yes, right? When we have a healthy, supportive, nourishing, caring, accepting, compassionate relationship with our body, that creates body peace. That's the work. Donna says, hope. Catherine says, I knew that it was important to be mindful around food and that having a relationship with your body was paramount, but I never thought about addressing or acknowledging food in that way, saying hello and actually addressing it in a positive way. Yes. So Catherine, you bring up a really important point. I don't want to go too much later, but let me just say in 1 minute, the thing about like mindful eating is a great idea, but it becomes an idea and it becomes this thing that we're supposed to attain, being super mindful and super present. And it's a little removed. It's in our mind. We have a body and the food is going into our body. I am not so interested in having a mindful relationship with food. I want to have a bodyful relationship with food. I want to have like a whole body experience, a body presence, because then I can find the wisdom in my body that will inform my food choices, my fullness, my hunger, right? I think it's more powerful than a mindful relationship with food. I get where they're coming from. I totally was in that school for a long time, but I think it's missing an embodied piece. Okay, so that's what I want to say for today. I have so much to say. Can you tell I'm a little excited? All right. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow, we're going to dive further into how this works, why this works. Next day, we took phrase 3, fourth day, Wednesday, phrase 2, Thursday, phrase 3. Can't keep track of my numbers. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Please, if you can, be on time because I start right on time. So I try to end on time, but that does not work all the time. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.